To say you gotta know somebody, oh know somebody to get somewhere these days. To say you know that's alright, yeah that's alright, cause you know that's alright with me. Yeah you know that's alright, yeah that's alright, cause you know that's alright.
And I have to keep stopping myself from looking at commercial deals and just focusing on the houses. I like to tell people I completely believe everything I just told you, but for some reason my car keeps driving up to empty commercial real estate buildings. I don't know, it's just too exciting. So, what's the plan? I hate to call it a goal because I hate to set goals. Some people say write down your goals. I don't write down my goals. I don't like that. Because if you write down goals, then you end up making bad deals trying to meet your goals. So what I like to call is the plan. Here it is. Our goal is to buy one $250,000 house per week. Now when I say a $250,000 house, I'm not paying $250,000 for it, but the actual retail value of that house, when I'm done with it, will be approximately $250,000. Okay, we want to keep around that number. And what we're going to be doing is one a week. That's $1 million a month. That's $12 million a year. That's our goal for 2011. That's our plan for 2011. And we might have to sell $1 million of it. We might have to sell $2 million of it, depending on, you know, we need money to survive as well. And we don't want to flip, but we might have to sell some of them. So we're going to see about that. But even if we sell $2 million of it, we're still keeping $10 million. And let's just say, hypothetically, we do that for 2011, 2012, 2013, in all 3 years, the real estate market sits at zero, nice and flat. If I had to guess what's going to happen, that's what I think is going to happen. I could be completely wrong, but I have to make a guess. I have to make an assumption. So that's what I'm going to assume is going to happen. The kind of deals that we're going to put together, the kind of deals that Jeremy finds are going to have at least 20% of equity in them when we buy them. Which means that if I could buy $10 million a year in real estate, I'm up $2 million in equity each year that I do this. So let's just go to 2014. Let's fast forward and say that that's exactly what we do. We buy $10 million a year for 4 years. All right? We got a $40 million portfolio with $8 million in equity, and 2014, the real estate market pops. And some activity, maybe Chris Christie's in the White House. And maybe some people who aren't anti-business begin to run this country. And the entrepreneurs like us, who are the real people who make this country work, we all start banding together like we're doing tonight and spending our money on real estate and making it happen. Now, if that happens, imagine if we have a 10% pop in 2014 and we're sitting on a $40 million portfolio. I think we're doing okay. We got $8 million in equity, plus another $4 million pop, $12 million in 4 years. I don't know about you guys. I'd be pretty happy with that. And it may sound like pie in the sky to you. It is not pie in the sky. We're going to do it. And if I stand up here and tell you my plan, aren't I putting myself out there? I know every time I see Eric Pittman, he's going to say, how many houses you got now? What dollar value are you up to? I mean, I'm putting it out there. It's almost like a way of challenging ourselves, but also we've got some great ways to get you guys involved in it. You could do the same thing. You can be a part of that 40 million. You can own a piece of it, and maybe we even exceed those numbers. So Jeremy gave me a nice introduction. I'll give him one.
Nice or just an introduction?
We'll see. This guy is a really smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas. But where I think he excels better than anybody is in his ability to structure real estate deals. This guy has some of the most outside-the-box creative ideas, and I've argued with him for 100 hours saying, wait a minute, you can't do that, that won't work. He's doing it, okay? I've seen the buildings, he's taken me to them. I've seen his deals. They're just brilliant, they really are. One of the things I like to say is, I don't like anybody knowing anything I don't know. Well, I can't do what he does. I make some great deals, but I think in 21 years I've been in this business, I think he makes the best real estate deals of anybody I've ever seen. And the guy who's number two, the second best guy, isn't half as good as him. And I know because I'm the second best guy. Right. Some of the things about him, he never used a bank to do a deal. Can you believe that? In 8 years, the guy's done dozens and dozens of deals. He's never used a bank. He never bought a house that was for sale. Doesn't that sound like a funny sentence? He never bought a house that was for sale. He knocks on doors and he convinces people that their house is for sale. And there's a reason why he does that. He'll explain that to you. So I'm going to let him get started. And Jeremy, come on up here, buddy. You're up. Jeremy Ricci.
My voice is a little crazy today, so I might need that lavalier fill. All right, so welcome to the Real Estate Assembly Line. This is really exciting for me because I was relieved. My wife, Lori, who's back here, I come home to her one Friday and I said, you know, Phil and I are talking about doing this thing together and we're going to start doing some deals together. And the coolest part of it is I'm going to be the real and he's going to be the estate. He's going to manage it. He's a wonderful manager. And I just love the catch. I don't care if I catch and release. I just love the thrill of it. It's just like a velociraptor, just like getting blood under my nails. Love buying houses. I love it. I mean that in the best way. So the deals that we're looking for right now are real deals. I've done all sorts of screwy deals. I've done all sorts of sexy deals. You name it. We've done some crazy deals, land deals. We bought deals on eBay, buy stuff in Florida over the internet. All of what I've done has really been for intellectual stimulation instead of making money. I tend to be attracted to deals because the challenge. Well, we've realized in talking that that's not where it's at. Where it's at is making them cookie cutter. Would you guys agree? Yes or yes? Yes. Cookie cutter is where it's at, especially now. There's so many houses out there for the taking right now. So many houses. You don't even have to take them. We actually had a deal. Where's I didn't even see him in the crowd here. We had a deal the other day. Is Freddie here? Freddie brings me this deal the other day. The lady was going to write us a $5,200 check to buy her house. She said, "Will you take over my mortgage?" I said, "No. Write us a $5,200 check and we'll take over your mortgage." So we call that an up payment, not a down payment. That's an up payment, okay? So the houses we're looking for, these are single-family homes, not duplexes, not quads. Those are all good places. If you want cash flow, we're not talking about the low areas. I'm sorry if anybody invests in the areas like Norristown and Croydon. I won't look at anybody in particular, but we're not looking at those areas. What's that? Some parts of Philadelphia. I mean, there's Fred. Some parts of Philadelphia. We're not looking. We're looking for the nice, stable neighborhoods, the bread and butter. I want the trucks in the driveway to have writing on the side of them. You understand what I mean? The bread and butter working class neighborhoods, the stable ones. Not the sexy ones that are trendy. I mean, we're doing a couple deals now in Northern Liberties in Philadelphia. They're getting a lot of money, but the money moves in and out. I'm just looking for the nice, easy ones. Some of these neighborhoods, and I put on here median price, I'll go 25% above median, 50% below median. So write that down. 25% above median, 50% below median. The reason is that's where the bell curve is. That's where all of the houses are moving. That's the ones that are selling. That's the ones that are getting bought. That's the one where the opportunity is. If you go into the parking lot at the mall, especially during Christmas time, which is coming up real short here, but if you go into the parking lot of a mall, it looks like the whole mall is full, right? But what's happening? It's never full. There's people that are leaving, and then somebody else pulls into that spot, and then somebody else moves out, and somebody else moves into that spot. So it's always turning, and that's what these neighborhoods do too. They're stable neighborhoods, but they're always turning. These are first-time home buyer type homes. These aren't McMansions. If you want a McMansion to live in, that's great, but that's not what we're looking for here. The other thing we do when we do these deals is I do a lot of direct response marketing, where we're sending out letters to people that don't know that their house is for sale yet and telling them that their house is for sale, or at least telling them we'll buy it. And we screen them for two things. We screen them for motivation.